Hey everybody, welcome to the live stream. I think we're live on YouTube. It's kind of hard to tell right now. I'm not seeing the chat come up and all that. But today I'm just going to do a Q&A. Normally I'm doing other stuff on here, but because of a bunch of stuff going on and I don't have Kit here helping me today, I'm just going to do a bit of a Q&A. Plus, the last time I was on here, I wasn't really able to answer a lot of questions because I was just ranting about stuff. So today is about Q&A. If anybody has any questions about production or mixing or studio stuff or whatever, I will be answering questions for about the next 45 minutes or an hour. What's been going on? Let's see. What we've been doing here is working on a bunch of videos. Oh, also, I was going to play a little something here while everybody's thinking. If you got any questions, let me know. But in the meantime, I was going to show a little bit of something from a video from a group I'm in called, oh, hey, Casey, what's up? From the Tokyo Teens. This is a band that I'm in, and we've got a single coming out in a couple weeks called Calling All Vampires. And we recently did a show, and we recorded it. Oh, let me move my mouse here. And here's a little bit of footage from our live show at Mad Life. Why don't we go over to the widescreen?
Where you at? Woo! Calling all vampires. Calling all vampires. Calling all vampires. I'm a vampire, I bite you. Now you are a vampire too. I'm a vampire, I bite you. Now you are a vampire too. Do you want me like I want you? Now you are a vampire too. Now take a bite.
All right, go ahead and switch over to the, let me switch to the front. So anyway, that's just a little bit of the preview of that live video that'll be coming out. Okay, so I am seeing the YouTube chat now. So question number one, no rants. Don't worry, I've got a rant a little bit later. I do have something to actually say. Also, I see Kedron Rhodes. Yes, thanks about that. Yeah, so the videos that you're seeing about on Instagram and YouTube Shorts about succeeding in the music business, that actually comes from last week's live stream where I just got on here and listed a bunch of stuff that I had learned over the years, and I've just been cutting them up. I think I had 19 main points, like these really important things that I had learned from being in the business for over 40 years. But since the video, I've realized a bunch more, so I'm probably going to do another one of those videos. I've been making another list because I guess I picked up a few things along the ways of going for 40 years in this business. All right, come on, somebody ask me a question. Come on, man, that's what I'm here for. Last week, everybody had questions, and I was busy ranting. So if you got something you want to talk about mixing, otherwise, I'll probably get onto a rant here in a minute. Come on. I'm ready for a question. Everybody wants to know. Okay. Oh, yeah, the studio tour. You saw the studio tour video. Yeah, I kind of want to go back and redo that. I was looking at the studio. There's a live stream, by the way, in case everybody doesn't realize it's on my YouTube channel, and I kind of do a studio tour. I realized looking at it the other day is like, I have so many toys and things in here, like my whole junk shelf over here. I showed 2 things, and I've got a bunch of, I didn't show a bunch of that. So I might redo the studio tour and get a little more detail into the gear. Okay, so Dylan Thomas over on YouTube. I recently got a distressor and saw your settings for vocals you typically use. How much dB reduction are you looking for? Okay, so on the distressor, to be honest with you, I'm hitting that thing pretty hard. Actually, I'm going through a distressor right now. Hold on. I'm going to grab this camera. Hold on just a sec. Let's go over to this camera real quick. Oh, I don't know how much you'll be able to see this. Okay. All right, so that's my distressor. Oh, I'm hitting it a little bit hard right now. I'm actually running my voice into it. So it's funny, I kind of do it by the colors. So if somebody's singing on their loud notes, it's up, it's kind of flashing on the red. So let's see, let me look at the numbers there. Yo, 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 yo. Okay, so maybe up to 10, I can't even read that. 10 or 12 dB on the loudest notes, if you can see that. Hey, you know what? Let me zoom in a little bit on that. I love the distressor. It does a really good job of, compressing. I'm trying to work on two computers at the same time here. Hold on. Do I hold down Shift? Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. This camera's a little dark. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'm of course I'm right up on this mic, but yeah, it's like I'm on the louder notes. I'm hitting up to 10 dB of compression if somebody's like really loud on singing. So there's that. On acoustic guitar, I'm typically doing 4-to-1 compression, and I'll have the high pass on the detector circuit. I'll put the high pass in, and the attack's usually like 5 or 6 or something like that, release on 3, but I'm only hitting like 2 or 3 dB of compression because I'm going to want to do a bit more in the mix, and that's the way I compress acoustic guitar is going to change a lot depending on kind of the genre and the song and all that. But with vocals, in most cases, I know I just want it to be really freaking loud, so I'm going to hit it hard going in. Oh, Kit Mama's here on the chat, by the way. Kit is normally here keeping up with all the questions and help me out, but she went down to Florida for a vacation with her sister, and now because of the mandatory evacuation, she's in a car driving home right now, so she's following us in the car. Let's see. Oh, so Dylan, you're using the ISA mic pre? Is that what you're saying? And then also number 47 on YouTube, do you have a go-to compressor for drums? So when I'm tracking drums, sometimes I'll have a little bit of a distressor on the kick and snare. But in mixing, I have, I'm actually pull it up here. Oh, and I see a question over here on Twitch. I'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so this is actually not a song with drum compression on it. This is actually oh, hold on. Oh, man. Pro Tools is giving me that damn error. Hold on. It don't save. I'll swing back to this. Give me a second here. I've got this weird thing that goes on with Pro Tools where every once in a while it just wants to, like, not... I have to restart it because the playback engine, I'm not sure what's up with that. In the meantime, MCR Music 3 on Twitch. Can you talk about the acoustics in your CR absorption, diffusion, reverberation time? Oh, you mean in my control room? I wouldn't be able to say a lot about it. It's really dead. This room is really dead. And I'm going to do Harper, I'm going to do a quick thing with the camera here. So check it out. Here's the studio. Oh, hold on. Let me zoom this camera back out. Hold on just a sec. Let me deadened it too much. So I've been adding some wood panels in, like that one over there. And then I added that one there that's behind the rack. And then this one. Then I added this. This is kind of a leaky, what you call leaky absorption back there. And you can't see them over there. Over on the sides, I've got some more panels. And the issue, and then of course I added some more behind here. But you can go back to the front camera. To me, I think it's a little bit too dead. I feel like, and I'm also having an issue with the low end. And since I redid the whole studio, I put in this mixer right here. And you can show that for a second. So this whole mixer setup here got put in recently. And because I put this in, here, now go back to this one. It forced me to put the speakers closer to the wall, which I'm not sure is that great. But the issue, and you can go back to the front, the issue I'm having now is that I'm not 100% of the low end. Basically, I think my control room's a little too dead, and I've got to get somebody over here to take a look at it. He's going to be coming in maybe next month to help me with some other stuff. I feel like when I'm mixing in here, I tend to run the effects up a little harder than I need to because it's so dead. I feel like I'm counteracting that. So, but I don't have any like detailed scientific stuff. I just kind of did it by ear, which is how I did my other control room, and it sounded great. Let's see. Let me go back here. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna 47. I'll swing back to your drum settings here. Hold on. While that's I'm trying to do too many things at the same time here. It's kind of hard to do this without Crystal. Kit helped me with the questions. Okay, so Alex on YouTube says, I went to buy some air plugins and saw you on the website. Very cool. Yeah, those are really great plugins, dude. Oh, hey, Saxon 7, what's up? I always get your name mixed up. What is it again?
I don't remember.
Dude, I always get the name wrong because I'm an idiot. Okay, hold on. Oh, there's a question up here. What's your sample rate when you record? I'm using 48K. I've done higher ones, to be honest with you. I swear I don't hear any freaking difference, you know? I've done some 96K stuff. I don't do the 88.2. If I'm going to do a higher one, I'm going to do like the 96 whatever. But to be honest with you, dude, I'm just doing 24-bit 48. Man, I did records back in the early days of digital, 16-bit 44.1, and they still sound great to this day. Okay, so... Oh, no, over here on Instagram, you're asking about the modeling mics from the Universal Audio Sphere. I actually haven't tried any of the Universal modeling mics. I actually just got, I was hit up by Jason Salzman, Spanky at Universal Audio, and they just basically gave me all the Universal Audio plugins. I had like 3, but they're expensive. They just dumped them all on me last week, so I've been having a lot of fun with those. And he mentioned something about maybe having me try out some mics. So maybe we can get him to shoot me over one of the Universal Audio Spheres, because if I have it, I'll try it out. Because I tried out the Slate modeling mics, which are cool. You know, I think the funny thing about the Slate modeling mics is that I thought they sounded pretty good just as straight up mics. Some of the models on it, like when you put the software on it, I just didn't... To be honest with you, I didn't think that they did that much for the mic. I'd rather take them off unless you're using the Strong Room London models are fantastic. Most of them are like, pfft. But the mics, for the money, pretty dang good. Boy, a lot of questions coming in here. Oh, hold on. Let me swing back to 47 here. So 47, let's go back to the DAW. So, oh, hold on. I got to keep these vocals off right here. So, I'm going to make a little, I don't normally do parallel like drum compression on program drums, but for today I will, just to show you. So on drums, I normally do something like this. Hold on, let me go ahead and just bring up my presets here so you can see. It's not going to be the best example because I don't have a live drum kit loaded in right now. Let me run that to the instrument masters. Let me just run a bunch of these drums over here. Let's just run all the drums. Oh, hold on. Let me save another version of this. This is a rehab song I'm working on. Hope they don't mind me doing this. It's just the instrumental. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to do the drums. I'm going to run them into the... Where's my drum set? Oh, there it is. Boom. Okay, so here is what I like to use for drums. I'm using this... Oh, hold on. Oh, man, hold on. I got to switch monitors here. I got too many monitors. Oh, actually, let me bring all these plugins down here. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I didn't expect to be jumping into Pro Tools today. I'm going to bring some of these plugins down here. Let me just close these. I'm going to get these out of the way. I'm getting there, 47. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Let me get some of these other ones out of the way. Okay. So, Boom, boom, boom. So this is a plugin by Boz Digital Labs. And the reason I got it is because I was using the McDSP compressor bank, and then they changed the way it worked, and it just didn't work as good. The fastest release is like 25 milliseconds, and for the kind of sound I want, I need something quicker. So I found this, right? Now what this does, what I normally do is, let me solo up the drums. I did not make a drum group. Hold on a sec. I'm going to go drums. Going to go, okay. Oh. So anyway, so what I do is on the first auxiliary return on the drums, I'm just not really hitting anything really. So it's like there's nothing really happening. Maybe I'll hit it just a barely teeny bit. And the ratio is like what, 2 to 1, just barely kissing it. But on the other one, I'm doing something like this. Oh, hold on. I'm being a bonehead here. Hold on. I grabbed the wrong compressor. I was like, why isn't anything changing? Okay, this is what I do. So yeah, if I do a longer release, you'll see that I'm hitting up almost to like 20 dB of compression, but I'm doing a super fast release, like 8 milliseconds. The attack is under a millisecond. So it sounds like this. Hold on, let me find a section that I can more easily loop. Of course, when I'm doing this, I can't actually see all of my chat. Gosh, Kit, I wish you were here today. Not the best example because the program drums, but I'm doing something like that. So the key really with this is to make sure that you've got a super fast attack for the compressed track and a pretty fast release, because if you don't have a fast attack, you're going to get too many transients to come through, and then you get to mastering and the limiter is going to screw it all up. So you want, the whole point of the compressed drum track, in my opinion, is to like get rid of the attack actually, and get more of the room sound and all that explosive sound behind it. You're going to get plenty of attack off the front end, like the regular compressed track, which is this. Then I'm going to bring in the compressed track, which, like I said, is not the best example because these are programmed drums, but I hope that helps you a little bit. Let me get back over to my chat here. Let's see. Okay, let me catch up on a couple things here. Okay. I owned a large Slate modeling mic and thought it was kind of lifeless. Yeah, Alex, so you're talking about the modeling mics, the Slate ML1. I wouldn't say it's lifeless. It's just not exciting. I compared it to some of my Neumanns and all that, and I felt like it stood up to them. I guess lifeless would be a good way to describe it. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't interesting, but it worked. And I actually have a video. I kind of put it out. I have a better demonstration where I'm singing and I'm trying out a couple different mics. Now, the small diaphragm condensers, the ML2s, actually, I really like those a lot. I thought those were pretty good. Okay, so the Absurdist on YouTube says, "Hey, Billy, I eventually want to leave my job in the field of electronics tech and move into recording. I also earned a degree in recording tech in 2002. I feel I may be too old for an internship. Advise." Well, I mean, you're never too old for anything, man. Like, look at me. I'm almost dead. No, I mean, it's like, who gives a shit how old you are, man? Do what you want to do. I mean, be smart about it. Like, make sure to start building up some clientele and all that. I mean, if you go to some studio and they don't want you to intern because you're too old, I would just tell them to go F themselves, frankly. But I'm sure you can find somebody to work with. I didn't really have any success in the music business until I was in my mid-30s. I've been recording since I was a teenager, but I didn't really start getting into the business. I was about 31, 32, and not really big success until my 40s. I'm old now, but you know, but here I am. I'm my age, however old that is, and I only started becoming, you know, getting to the whole YouTube thing and all the social media stuff, you know, like 3 years ago. I only feel like the last year I've kind of figured out what's going on, and I'm not stopping. I really don't have any plans on retiring. I mean, what am I going to do? Sit around and go golfing or something like that? It's like, I just say, do what you want. Do not worry about being too old. Just go out and do what you want. That's my opinion. Like, what else? I mean, what are we here for? You don't want to be at the end of your life on your deathbed and thinking like, oh, I wish I'd done that. I had a friend that once said to me, life is all about preparation for your death. And I was like, whoa, what are you talking about? And he said, when you're laying on your deathbed, you don't want to have too many regrets. You want to have less regrets than things you feel good about. And I really thought about that. I was like, wow, that's so true. So I have just decided, I mean, I've always kind of been this way, but I kind of decided I'm just going to move forward with the things I want, regardless of whether I fail or succeed. At least I knew I tried. Don't want to be wishing that I had tried. I don't want to be wishing that I had tried but didn't, if that makes sense. Okay, let me see. Oh, thanks, D'Angelis Manuel. D'Angelis? Anyway, thanks, man. I'm terrible at the online names. Okay, hold on. Okay, Mitchell Drives, just curious. I believe your main monitor controller is a Crane Song Avocet. And over to your right shoulder, what do you use the PreSonus Central Station for? Oh! That PreSonus Central Station, it's got a lot of good lights on it. Yeah. It's kind of what... Seriously, I used it for a while because I've got another studio closer to Atlanta, and I was mixing there. I started working here because I have the same speakers. I have basically at this point, same speakers. But I had no way to monitor, so I got that, and I was using it here, and I just thought it sounded terrible. There's, like, issues with it. So I brought the Avocet up here. At the other studio, I just monitor through the Ghost console. Frankly, that thing just sits there because it's silver, and it looks cool, and it's got blue lights. Let's see. Any other questions? Yeah, lights are important, MC. Let's see. Questions. My name should be Wankenstein. Okay, this is on Twitch. His name, because I always have problems reading people's names. Wankenstein. Thank you so much. That's awesome. All right. I'm not going to I'm not going to even say that. Somebody's typing something in Instagram. Come on, people. Come on. Ask me a good question here. Come on, or I'm going to get into one of my rants. If y'all don't ask a answer, if somebody doesn't ask a good question, I'm going to go into a rant here. I'm kind of tired. I've been working a lot lately. It's been kind of a crazy, last couple weeks have been crazy. I've been filming so much. I've been mixing. I got a gig coming up. We got a gig this weekend in Kentucky. And now the storm coming in, and Kit says it's going to be blowing, so I'm supposed to go out and secure everything outside. I guess everything's going to get, blown over or something like that. All right, it's Q&A day. Come on, somebody ask me a question. Okay, I'll just do my rant. Saxon 7. I think it's Saxon 7. I think that's what it is. I always forget. Sorry, man. I forget my kids' names, so don't worry about it. I forget my cat's names. I forget my kids' names. All right. Okay, here's a couple questions. I'll answer one question, and I'll get into my rant here. What are your top recommendations for analog gear? I mean, just mainly mic pre's. I like mic pre's and outboard compressors. I'd just say that's kind of, for me, the main thing. I've got a lot of guitar stuff. Is there money in the music industry for someone starting out? Man, People ask me, how do you make money in music? It's like, that's an answer I've not ever been able to answer. That's a question I've never been able to answer going back to the 80s. It's tough. It's tough. Although I had a consult with somebody on Patreon because I do private consultations with people, and one guy signed up for the top level thing, which means he gets like a consultation every month with me. And he was actually out on the road as a musician and doing stuff like that. And he started a small production company, and he's slammed right now. He's got a business model. He does a lot of like licensing stuff. And that was really good to hear. He's actually got so much work, he's having a problem handling it. I was like, oh, this is actually kind of rare to hear. I think he's just hit on the right combination of things. I feel like making money is possible, but you're going to have to work with a lot of people, and you're going to have to find the right people to work with. And you're going to have to do a lot of work, and you're probably going to have to do some free stuff for the right people, the kind of people that are going to get out there and push your stuff. It is possible, but it is hard. Very, very hard. I'm not going to kid you. Which pre's and compressors? Well, I've got some APIs. They're kind of expensive, but I mean, I like the APIs. I'm using some of these Cappy mic pre's here. The Avalons are good. I mean, it really kind of depends on what you're doing. I mean, everybody's got opinion about mic pre's. I feel like some of the like the warm audio stuff's kind of cool and all that. To me, I will say this: if you're going to get a mic pre, try to get one with some EQ on it. You know, because when you're starting out, you don't have a lot of choices. They all sound different. So you're going to want to get a mic pre that's maybe got some extra features on it, like the Avalons, which have a lot of like they've got the compressors suck, but it's got great EQ on it. They're kind of big and expensive, but they're a very good all around. I would say that would be a good one as a start out one, even though a lot of people think it's not cool. I love them. So the Avalon VT737s are pretty good. I do not use, so MCR Music 3 on Twitch. I do not use routing folders on Pro Tools. And to be honest with you, I don't really know kind of what the hell they are, to be honest with you. I've heard of them. I'm very old school. I don't use templates. If people saw my mixing sessions, they would be kind of surprised. Like, I'll show you really quick here. So this is something I'm mixing for rehab, although I just tweaked it a little bit. But you'll see, hold on, let me close this. Look, like up here, I don't have that many plugins. Like, let's see, I got 4 plugins on this track here, this brass thing. Most of them are 2 or 3 plugins. I'm not doing anything crazy. The vocals have a few plugins on them. I did not record these, so there's some issues with them. I've got got this massive passive on it, and got my channel strip, and a series of compressors. Like here's the UA, Universal Audio LA2A, and their distressor model is actually pretty cool. Since I didn't record it, like before I got this, I would actually run it out into my actual distressor because I've got 3 distressors and back in. But I don't actually do most of that stuff. I don't know. Maybe I should look into routing folders. If you could tell me what they do, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Okay, let me go back to Instagram. Somebody said, oh, wrong mouse. Oh, this is so hard without Kit. Help me with the questions. I'm 38 years old. Okay, so Ether's Integrity. Whoops. I'm 38 years old. Just dropped my first 3 makeshift albums after never having the balls. I have kids now. I want to show them to believe in themselves, mixed and mastered. Since then, all of a sudden interested in engineering side. I never thought about it all, just writing for years. I have no one to work with, and now I started building a studio. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. It kind of gets back to what I said. It's like, I'm going to swing back to what he said about can you make money in the business? And obviously, this is what I do for a living. I have to make money. So there are things that I do, and there's, I take clients, but if I don't like them, I don't freaking take them. However, I will say this, especially if you're doing your own music, the primary reason, I know this is going to sound corny, but the primary reason really has to be the love. It really has to be that this is what you love to do. And I will say this, I've worked on a lot of hit songs, guys. And I can tell you for sure, this is an absolute truth. Every single hit song I worked on, where those songs came from, the vibe when they were making them and when they were working them wasn't like, oh, what do we do to make a hit song? They'd already like figured out how to make good songs and what to do is catchy, but the core feeling was like, let's have some fun. Or like with the Yin Yang Twins, all their songs started as jokes, pretty much. But, you know, like Bone Crusher, for instance, he just had gotten to the point with his career, he was chasing something, he said, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want. Little John, same thing. When Little John started coming out, people criticized him because he was doing all this weird shit. He just said, I like rave music. I want to put rave keyboard sounds on there. Everybody I've worked with, the infamous String Dusters, who I got a Grammy with, they are a bluegrass group, but they ended up kind of bucking the bluegrass definitions on so many levels, like the way the records are made and how they write songs and how they do their shows, because they realized the idea of bluegrass, there's like there's kind of a mindset behind it and a certain kind of, I guess, conservatism to it. So they just broke out and said, we're going to do what we love. And have gotten bigger since then. So I feel like at the core of it, you really need to do what you love. So this is mainly to Ether's Integrity over on Instagram. Do what you love, man. And do it well and work hard at it. But there's no point in chasing something because then it's not really you. Sounds corny, but I really believe that completely. Hold on, okay. Okay, so over here on Twitch, MCR Music 3 is schooling me here. Here we go. Routing folders are an aux combined with a folder. So you can, for instance, put all of your drums into one folder and route the drum bus to the fader on the folder. Interesting. I'll have to try that out. I think doesn't no, I thought Ableton had something like that. Dude, there's a lot of things about the newer Pro Tools. I'm using the most up-to-date one here. There's things I still don't understand. I like some of the new features, but a lot of them I don't use just because I'm working so much. I literally sometimes don't have time to actually try them out. And not to mention, here, let's go back over to the DAW here. Since Universal Audio just dumped all their plugins on me, dude, I've been here like trying out all the Universal Audio plugins. Oh, hold on. I don't have a bunch of them loaded up here. I think I have too many loaded up right now. Like this one's really good. What else did I try out recently? I had, I wasted a bunch of time this week. Oh yeah, this reverb here. This is Universal Audio reverb plugin. It's strange when I first pulled up this Capitol Chambers one, I was like, but dude, in the mix, this is so good. I love this reverb, and I'm usually kind of stickler about reverbs. I actually will use my outboard reverb sometimes. And let's see, what was the other one I tried? Oh, this is a good one here. Just Little Labs, just boost the low end. Did a great job on that. Oxford EQs, love these. I used to have these back in the day, but they never made them native. But now that I've got all these Universal Audio plugins, thank you, Universal Audio, for just making these show up on my computer one day. Like, I thought I was going to have to install something, and then they just worked. Oh, this is good, too. Another Universal Audio plugin. This is the model of the Transient Designer. I just wanted to give the kick a little more punch. So, yeah, that's why I've not had time to study anything else, because I'm spending too much time screwing around with new plugins. Okay, let me go back to the questions I see over here on YouTube. Oh, sorry, I still got to do my rant. Okay, hold on, I'm getting up to it. Okay, hold on. I need to up my mic game. I only have total basics. What should I buy first? Depends on what you're trying to do. I know some people are going to disagree with me, but if you can afford it, I would suggest getting a Neumann TLM 103. They're a little bright, but they're good all-around mics. You know, if you're just getting started. I've done a ton of vocals. I've done hit records using that on vocals, even when I've got more expensive mics. They're also great for acoustic guitars. You can use them for room mics, for drums. I feel like they're a little bright for that, but I just roll some off. That's just a great all-around mic. I think, I don't know, how much are those? Do you know how much? Can you look that up? Yeah, and I will say this. It's like, gear can be expensive. My advice is, as much as you possibly can, go for like the more professional level stuff, because if you plan on doing this a long time, you need these things to last for decades. Most of my microphones are older than my clients. I kid you not. I've got mics that are literally older than this people singing into them, but also the gear. Some of the stuff, my Avalons are over. I've got one Avalon that's close to 30 years old. Wait, God, could it be 30 years old at this time? It might be. My Focusrite ISA 110. So if you spend the money, my favorite Neumann mic, I've got a TLM 170, and I only use it for myself now. It's the holder's kind of a little weak right now. I only use it for that. But I got it in like 1984, 85, and I've never had anything done to it. And I keep it in a box and got the little, dehumidifying pouch thing in there. Still works great, dude. Okay, let's see. Some good plugins on inserts. That depends on what you need, man. You can, and that also depends the DAW you're in. So T over on YouTube's asking about some good plugins. So if you're on Ableton, dude, I would just use a lot of the stock stuff. When I work in Ableton a lot, and let me see if I can load up something here. What do I have ready to go here? On Ableton, let's see. Let me go to one that I can actually play here. God, some of these are at a different sample rate. I guess I'll pull up Poison. There's vocal overdubs. Oh God, I have no idea what state this is in, but a lot of the stock Ableton plugins are good. Actually, a lot of the Pro Tools stuff is good. And actually, while we're talking about it, let me go back over to Pro Tools quick. Pro Tools has a plugin here. Let me come over to. I'm not supposed to play the vocals here. Let me try just it on. Oh, come on, stop. When I do these things, everybody asks questions. I always have the wrong song loaded into the DAW. Let me find. I don't know. Let me just pull up this here. So there's a plugin, a new, like Pro Tools. It's one of their, this. So this is a built-in Pro Tools plugin. And why is live? Come on, live. Stop. Hold on. Live is making me, come on. Okay, it won't go away. Okay, ignore that thing in the middle there. Contact is freaking out. It won't, okay, maybe I got too many, okay, hold on. Back to Pro Tools. So this plugin here, this is a built-in compressor plugin. Dude, this thing's really good. Like, before you start spending a lot of money on plugins, dude, I think, okay, I got a little mini rant here. This is not the rant I was going to do, but here's my mini rant. And it's funny that I'm saying that because I got people sending me plugins to try out. And I do love a lot of third-party plugins. But, dude, don't start buying a lot of plugins right off the bat. Like, use the stock stuff. Some of the stock stuff is great. I use a ton of stock stuff. There's so many of these plugins that I swear I don't see the point of them. Just use the stock stuff. Okay, that's not much of a rant. I just said it. Let's just go back to the DAW. Okay, I'm in Ableton here. Let me, oh man, it's acting weird. Okay, hold on. I don't even know what kind of state this song's in. Whoa, it's kind of loud. Let me turn off my vocals. I don't like my vocals on the song. I'm going to re-sing some of this. Hold on. Where's my vocal thing at? Oh my God, look how many tracks I got on here. Oh, okay. So let's say just like, I got a lot of stuff frozen too. Okay, like here. This plugin here, just like their basic EQ8, this is the most commonly used EQ I use in Ableton. Right here, this thing is just the built-in EQ8. This thing's great. Like, it allows you to do these really super steep high-pass filters. You could do these kind of really fucking narrow, Q EQs. Also, the filters are freaking great in here. Like, let me turn that one off. Like, you could be like, this is mandolin. It's a great plugin. And of course, I'm using the Manic compressor on that, but actually, their built-in compressor is not bad. Hold on, let me pull that one up real quick. I actually don't have it in my... Where is it? Boom. Okay. So, make sure I turned off the compressor over here. Yep. So, yeah, this thing's like not bad, dude. Like, oh, wait. Where's my dang threshold at? I got it in a different mode here. Oh, I need to go like this. Wait. Huh? Oh, there it is. Oh, hold on. There, here it is. Okay. Of course, I'm overdoing it a little bit, but because it does that neat, thing where it's like grabbing the sound, I mean, just do that. Now, I will say this. Oh, and here's another one. I'm going to come back to Pro Tools here. One of my favorite plugins in Pro Tools, another built-in one, is this. Okay, if you go to Harmonic in Pro Tools and get this Lo-Fi plugin, and I talk about this one a lot. Oh, man, it popped up on this other screen. Hold on. I've got, like, too many screens. Wait, where is it? Oh, did I not? Oh, it didn't actually. Hold on. Come on. There it is. Okay. So this, they call this lo-fi. And I don't know why they do that, because it's like, I mean, it kind of does a lo-fi thing. I mean, the Air plugins do a better job of that. But the best thing about this plugin is this thing right here, this little, I'm going to zoom in some, where it says distortion. Just barely turn it up. I'm barely turning it up, right? Nah, this is not a great example. I actually normally use it on vocals. I can't... Hold on. Is there something I can pull up and I can play some vocals on today? I can't play that because... Yeah, my clients don't necessarily want me playing their songs before they're released. And I don't really work in Pro Tools when I'm working. But all I'm going to say is, if you want to make something pop, man, on any song, try using this. Just barely put, like, especially vocals, mainly vocals, and maybe a little bit of drums, and just barely turn on this distortion. That's all you got to do. It doesn't even need to go to 1. Like, look how low it is. Just like a teeny bit. That's all I'm going to say. Just try it. That's my suggestion. All right, back to questions. Oh, Casey's saying, yeah, mics that are 50 years old. You're right, man. Hey, Casey, I actually have a Shure 58 that I was using in the early 80s, and I forgot I had it, and I saw it the other day. I'm going to try it next time we have a band rehearsal. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to YouTube. I got a lot of questions here on YouTube. I'm having a hard time keeping up because my kit is not here. Let's see. Okay, do you always use the same colors for instruments in the DAW? Is it your own preference, or is there some industry secret code? Nah, man. I'm normally just kind of like whatever. I keep thinking, no, I just kind of... The funny thing is, I actually spend time here like, oh, I don't know if I like that purple. I don't know if I like that yellow. Now, I will sometimes on clips, I'll color code clip yellow, if it's something that I know I did something to and I want to remember I did something to it, or if it needs some work, I might color code a clip red, knowing like, oh, I got to come back and either fix it, or maybe if it's a vocal that needs to be tuned. But as far as the tracks, I'm just kind of like, whatever. I like that color, Let's see. Okay, yeah, okay, hold on. Okay, so, good question. This is a very, very, very important question. Oh, I lost it. I just moved the dang. Okay, Chronic Dream says, are my eyes playing tricks on me, or is that a stuffed cat over your right shoulder? That is not a stuffed cat. That is Bob. Don't call Bob a stuffed cat. He's a bobcat. Shall we take a look at Bob? Here we go. All right, you might be wondering why. Why do I have a stuffed bobcat in the studio? Well, hold on a sec. All right. This is Bob. I can't even tell the whole story because it's so strange. But here's what happened. I have a client. He's an interesting fellow. He sings and he plays acoustic guitar, and he'll occasionally play at little bars like Mexican restaurants around town and all that. And I had not worked with him in a couple years. And he hit me up and said, hey, I want to record another song. And I thought, well, since I've not worked with him for a while and kind of get the whole connection thing back, he was playing a gig at this Mexican restaurant. I thought I'd go out and see him. When I walk in, dude is up there wearing full hunting camo gear, like head to toe in camo gear while he's playing the set. And it was very strange. I really need to make a video about the whole experience. It was the most bizarre freaking things that happened to me. It wasn't just him. The people he was playing with, the people were coming up and talking to me. It was just insane. Kit was there with me. We were laughing the whole freaking time. At the end of the set, something happened up on the stage with him and somebody else. There was some sort of fight. I don't know what. I saw him kicking the guitar on the floor. I don't know what happened. He looked at me from across the bar, leans over behind him, and picks up Bob. Now, why he had a stuffed bobcat on stage with him, I don't understand. And he walks over to me, and he says, I'd like you to have this stuffed bobcat. And I was like, okay. So my theory was like, my thought is when somebody comes up to you and says, I'd like you to have this stuffed bobcat, it's probably just best to say, okay, thank you. So I'm sitting at the table just like this, right, in this restaurant with this bobcat. And people are looking at me like, what the hell is he doing? I'm like, I don't know. Then he goes back up on stage and he comes over and he's got something in his hand, and it's a branding iron. And he says, I'd like you to have this branding iron. And it was like a bear paw. Why this guy had a branding iron on stage? I was like, okay, thank you. So I put the branding iron down. And he goes back up there. He's packing up more gear. And then he comes over and he says, I'd like you to have this book. And he said it was a song book. It was a really nice leather-bound book. I opened it. It looked like a diary. I don't know what it was. First, I thought it was a Bible. I'll take that. And oh, God, so many other weird things happened along the way. But I ended up giving him the book and the branding iron back. But Bob stayed. I feel bad for Bob because I'm actually not into the whole hunting thing. Like if you're out there hunting for food and all that, and I would never shoot a bobcat. Just so anybody knows, I would never shoot a bobcat. They're rare. I would never shoot a bobcat. But poor old Bob had already been stuffed, and I brought him home, and he lives here now. The client has made little hints about wanting him back, but no, sorry, he does not. He's already got enough stuffed animals in his house. So Bob is staying with me. He brought it up the other day on the phone. We were talking. He mentioned Bob again. And it's like, I changed the subject. No, Bob is staying with me. So I wish I could tell the whole story. It would literally take an hour and was the most bizarre situations I've ever been in my life. Anyway, this is Bob. I just thought everybody should have a more, be able to see him a little bit better there. So, all right, that's enough about Bob. All right. Yes, that's what happens when you come to my live stream. Are we going to talk about mixing? No, we're going to talk about stuffed bobcats. Hold on. Let me get back. I should be acting more professional here. Hold on. AI will free you up in the future. Yeah, I'm afraid so. Where was I? Any other questions? Okay, we talked about the mics. Oh, Alex, I watched your last video and you talk about humiliating yourself. Do you think your ability to let go of yourself, consciousness is critical to your success? Yes, Alex, that's a really good point. So what he's talking about is last week, I did a live stream where I talked about some of the things I learned over the 40 years I've been in the business. And it was like 19 main points. And then I've been cutting them up. into Instagram Reels, but you can go on to YouTube and see there's a live stream replay, but I edit it down to get rid of some of the stuff like weird shit like stuffed animals and whatever. But it's on there. It's Kit, if you're around, if you could put that link up, I'd appreciate it if you're in the car and you can see this. But one of the things that I think is kind of a combination of comfort zone, but also just like, you know, not worrying about whether you're good enough or not. I can't tell you how many times I've gone out and done things that I kind of knew I wasn't really qualified for. I wasn't sure if I was qualified for, and then I get there and I kind of get my ass handed to me, that I kind of failed and I kind of made a fool out of myself, which I'm actually really good at doing, in case you guys couldn't tell. But the thing is, I learned a lot. I learned so much from being kind of humiliated and kind of putting myself in situations where I look like an idiot. Because if you're playing it safe, if you're only in situations where you're kicking butt and all that, you're never going to really learn. I have another video where I talk about being the dumbest person in the room. That was a huge point for me because I spent most of my 20s being like in my little musical scene. I was like the most talented, I was the most driven and all that, and I thought I was kicking butt. And then I started working on rap music, Lil Jon and Bone Crusher, and then I started working with Rick Beato, and everybody was way smarter than me. And I just felt like a freaking idiot. And it was kind of hard because I just didn't know what was going on, but I learned so much. And I feel like making sure that you're only around people that are smarter and more talented than you is one of the best things you can do. But don't be afraid to put yourself into like really odd situations so you make a fool out of yourself. Whatever. A couple people might notice it, but most people are going to be willing to forgive you in a way, like especially if you come back and you learn from it. But that is how you learn. And so maybe back to what Alex, I think that it's not necessarily that I consciously knew I was letting go of my self-consciousness. I think it's more about that I was probably in my 40s before I actually realized how I probably appear to other people. I can be pretty self-conscious, but I had this completely wrong idea about myself. So I just, looking back, if I had known how people were actually seeing me, I might not have done that stuff. But also keep in mind that your self-consciousness, what you think about the way you appear to people is usually wrong. Like, for instance, when I started making these videos, when I first started my YouTube channel, I filmed for like 3 months and deleted everything. And the reason was I would look back at myself on the camera and I just thought like, oh my God, is that what I look like? Do I really blink my eyes that much? Why am I blinking why am I smacking my lips? Why I was going, do I do that? I mean, it just drove me nuts. And plus I realized how much I talk like a freaking idiot. Like I don't talk well. I'm always stumbling over my words. And I also have this thing that I've been figuring out more, that I have a tendency to breathe in the middle of a sentence and then start the other one and then breathe in the middle of the other. It's just like this. It makes editing hard. But so it seemed terrible to me. But then when I started like feeling good enough about it, even though it still bothered me, I started showing some of my friends the videos like, oh no, that's great. That's great. And I was like, oh, I in my perspective, I feel like I'm being an idiot, and nobody else felt that way. So I think that, letting go of your self-consciousness and not even worrying about that is really, really important. I think most people are spending so much time worrying about themselves and their own self-consciousness, they're actually not paying that much attention to you. So just get out there and do it. A long way to answer that question. Hold on, let me, oh God, oh, yeah, Bob would like to get out and go do something. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. I wish Kit was here to help tell the Bob story, because she was, she was there. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm looking for questions. I was rambling, so I didn't keep up. Oh, can you, wait, what now? Saxon, you got some stuff. I'm confused. Oh. Okay, hold on. I'm looking for a question. Oh, do you know of any good 16-inch analog mixers that have a 4-band semi-parametric EQ with direct out? I'm using, I don't know about 16 channel. I mean, there's a bunch of good ones out there. Let's go to the overhead. I'm using a Ghost, Soundcraft Ghost right here. Oh, my camera's it's a little crooked. This is a 24-channel version. But you know what I would suggest, and I don't really know how well it works, but is the you can go back to the front now. But and I do like Ghost. That's one to try. But you know, SSL has this thing called the Big Six. It only has, I think, like maybe 6 faders, but it'll handle something like 24 inputs or something crazy like that. It's a fucking great looking unit. But I do know, like, I love the Soundcraft Ghost. If you can get hold of one of these are really good. That's one of mine. My favorites. I know some of the older Tascams are really good. I loved some of the older Tascam consoles if you can find them. But I will say this, dude, there's a lot of them out there. Good, decent analog consoles are pretty cheap. Like the AMEC, any of them AMEC consoles, like the Angela or Mozart or whatever, those used to be really expensive. You can get them for like $1,000 now. You know, I bought an AMEC Mozart or something for like $1,000, and then it sat in my basement at the other studio for years, and I never saw. I think I just gave it to somebody. It was like, you know, I had this extra mixer sitting around. Hold on. Oh, see you later, Alex. Thanks for dropping in. Oh yeah, you just want faders and EQs at the fingertips. I get it, man. I get it. Dude, I mean, I would just start searching around. You'd be surprised. It's crazy. It's crazy how you can buy a cheap mixer. Like I said, I like the Soundcraft stuff. Oh, you know what? Somebody was... this actually kind of came up recently on somebody on Instagram's profile, and he had pictures of his studio, and he said it was a Midas. I can't remember the model number, but it was a Midas live console. And, you know, it's not the first time I've heard that. I've heard several people using Midas live consoles in the studio. I've never used them, so I personally can't vouch for them, but I will say a lot of people like using those. I'm not sure the particular model number, but that might be something to look into. But you can get pretty good mixers for cheap. Casey over on Twitch is suggesting the Soundcraft K2. There's multiple options of that. Let's see. Oh, Island and Heath, yes. So, Towels over at Treehouse Recording Studio. I love Allen and Heath products. Love Allen and Heath. My first mixer was an Allen and Heath back in the 70s. So, yeah, dude, I'm sure you can find, yes, I would totally recommend an Allen and Heath console. So, I think they're great boards. That would be a good one to check out. Paul Spack, I can't pronounce your last name. Sorry, Paul. Over on YouTube, he's suggesting there's a new Tascam with a built-in interface. That sounds interesting. What tools do you recommend? So this is Wafel Sin on YouTube. What tools do you recommend to work in analog, then transfer to digital? I have a couple analog machines. I've got a 16-track analog machine here. I don't really, and it needs some work. I will be doing some sessions on it once I get some work done on it. When I'm talking about analog, I'm pretty much talking about mic pre's and compressors, and then I'm going straight into the DAW. I'm not actually transferring, but I am recording through outboard pre's and stuff like that. So that's usually, you know, that's what I'm talking about when it comes to that. Let's see. Oh, Paul's saying the M32R Midas Live console. Yeah, I can't remember model names. I want to check one out now because people are always talking about them. Let's see. Okay, so Ghazi over in Instagram. Mr. Billy, I have a song. I want you to mix and master it. No, I'm not too busy. You just got, hey, Kit, put up your email if you can on Instagram. You need to contact Kit about scheduling and all that. And if you want to, go ahead and direct message me too. But Kit, please put up the email for Ghazi over on Instagram. He's asking about mixing some stuff. I am too busy, but I squeeze work in because I got to make money like anybody else. So, Kit hopefully will put up her email. She's the one who handles all of the bookings and all that kind of stuff. Let's see any of that. And I'm realizing I'm over an hour now, and I gotta jump off of here because I'm getting ready to go to Kentucky for a music festival. We're playing a set at it's a goth festival because we're kind of a goth band. Hey Kit, I don't know if you heard this, but put up your email on Instagram. Maybe I'll just do it. Hold on. I don't know if she got this. It's just hard for me to try to do all this at the same time. Oh, why is my... Guys, yeah, I'm going to put up Kit's email if you want to talk about Kit. I hope I'm getting this right. cat.hume@gmail.com. Okay, I think that's right. Boom. Okay, I think that's the right... She's got multiple emails. Since I don't actually email her, I don't... she's here, so I just talked to her. I think that's her email. Kit, put that up on Instagram. Oh, I got it right. So, guys, that's the email. Email to kit.cat.hume@gmail if you want to talk about mixing. Thanks, Casey. All right, guys. What? Oh, you know what? I never got into my rant. I'm going to save it for next week. Okay. Oh, Chronic Dream. Oh, the September. Oh, is that the song that Jimmy's been... So Chronic Dream is saying September 30th is the release date for my collab with Tokyo Teens. Yes, we were just talking about that at rehearsal last night, and I think he had a little snippet of it. That sounded really cool, by the way. So everybody, Chronic Dream. So that'll be next week. So yeah, if you want to I'll get Jimmy to get me some links and stuff like that, and I'll play it on the live stream next week if you want. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. Oh, and everybody, please. Oh yeah, and if you want to be able to get in touch with us while I'm not streaming, everybody get under my Discord. It's not like I spend a ton of time there, but I'm always posting when videos come out, live streams, and also it's a way to get more directly in touch with us. Not to mention Casey 5181 over here on Twitch. He's always on. I think Casey posts on my Discord more than anybody with all his crazy adventures and stuff that he's doing. Casey, we probably do need to make you a mod at this point. But anyway, I think I need to go because I actually need to. I got to set the intonation on my electric guitar, pack, do some mixing, film some video stuff, and get ready for driving to this music festival. Anyway, this has been fun. I hope I got to enough of the questions. I'll be back next week, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nice having everybody here. Please go to my YouTube and subscribe and watch my videos. I'm trying to build that up. I'm trying to get to... I'm so close to 10,000 subscribers. I'm like, hold on, how many subscribers do I have on YouTube? God, it's driving me nuts. I'm just trying to get to 10,000. I just need how many more? Hold on. Everybody help me. Okay. I've got 9,063, so that means I need 47 more?
9,963?
Yeah. Is that 47 more subscribers? 40? God dang it, Harper.
30? I'm not super good at math.
Oh, no, maybe it is. I don't know. Whatever it is, please go subscribe. I'm trying to get to 10,000. I would really appreciate it. But anyway, thanks so much. Nice seeing everybody here. Next Wednesday, I'll be back. We're going to do this again. Y'all have a good day. 2, take 3, take 4, take 5, take whatever.